Yes, yes, and yes. Well, let me tell you something. Jalen Hurts is not the problem. Nope, he's not. More or less, he is the solution. We're coming up right out of the bye week and we're going into week 5. And I want to say to those Philadelphia Philly fan and podcasters and sports announcers, you need to show some faith and appreciate and stop all of the hate. Leading that group or that pack would be Dan Sileo. And like I said, if you ever want to check out somebody and check out his record, you really want to find something that, how great of a player he was and how long he lasted. So I'm going to say this. You need to check out that all of the podcasters and different ones, as soon as things look like, listen, those 2 games they lost could have very easily won. They could be 4-0. But you're going to find out something about Jalen Hurts. You're going to find out what he's made of. You're going to find out, amen, that it is not over yet and he's just getting started. If you think he's about to give up and quit now, you got another thing coming, because believe me, he's just like Cool Hand Luke. He's not letting nothing bother him, the naysayers, and believe me, he won't forget all that stuff you're talking. You were crying when you got there and you're crying now. Took you all the way to the Super Bowl. Played one of the best games he ever had. And what's happening? Nothing but a bunch of complaining. Went up against the New Orleans Saints. Looked like they were about to dominate, excelling. And what happened? Put them on the run. And now all of a sudden, and then you just got to understand, the coaching has always been suspect and atrocious. This is why I first got on the podcast, because Jalen Hurts, he didn't have anyone basically saying anything. And I just got sick of it. And I said, listen, I got to talk to that Dan Sileo. And I began to talk about him. He was the man full of green envy, amen. Went on, and I've been on his thing talking and saying things back to him, talking about him. And, let them know, man, listen, what you're saying is a bunch of garbage. Oh, for many years, how they talked about, they don't know if he's the one. Then they talk about, Jalen going into his 5th year, his 4th year. Listen, this is his 4th year. What are you talking about, man? The first year he played only a couple of games in the season. The coach, even in that game, the last game they played, pulled him out and threw the game. What are you talking about? He was the runner-up from the Heisman in college. Throughout college, if you look at through his time period in career, do you know there was only one quarterback who had a better record than Jalen? And it was not the guy from LSU who won that year and who won the Heisman. It wasn't him. It was the guy, what is his name? The guy that Trevor Lawrence, the only one. But you act like, all of a sudden, you act like Jalen was such a problem. My goodness, check out his record during college. Only one quarterback better than him. 2 of the guys who went to Oklahoma and won the Heisman trophies, Jalen had more passing yards than they did. He surpassed them in passing yards. This is when he went, and he was only number 2 next to the guy who won from LSU. Right now, the quarterbacks that were drafted with Jalen, he's at the top of the list, and they're struggling. My God, you're talking about, look at he's getting all these interceptions. Well, guess what? There's only one guy got more interception than Jalen. You know who that is? Patrick Mahomes. Yes, Patrick Mahomes. How many Super Bowls he's got? 3? Come on. Some of the stuff you be complaining about, I'm telling you, the problem has always been the coaching. They got the talent. Do you really realize when Jalen went to that team and got on that team, just his spirit of the game, his philosophy of the game made people want to play with him. At first, it was all spectacle. They was all listening to that Philly foolishness. And then all of a sudden, they started getting on board. And then all of a sudden, you start seeing them winning and winning and winning. And each time you look around, you want to talk about, oh, Jalen, we don't know if he's gonna make it, and oh, we don't know if he's the man, we don't know if he's the one. Come on, man. You need to stop it. But don't worry about it. We're not gonna be hindered, but I just want to let you know something is not gonna be deterred. 4 games in starting of the season, and how many starters on the offense were hurt? 4? At least 4. 4 guys hurt in 4 games. Stop all the panicking. Stop jumping off the ship, being like a bunch of mice. Say, man, well, God, when you go out to port, man, the mice started, the cats come around, the mice running and jumping. Just quit it, man. But enough of that. And like I say, I'm very upset about it. But no matter what, I want you to understand something. Jalen Hurts is not through yet. He's going to captain this ship and bring it in. It's going to make it happen. Because, listen, some of you don't even realize, years ago, I said, and I told my son, I said, Jalen Hurts is going to win the Super Bowl. He came close. It's going to happen. And we're not going to get off in the well, not 1, not 2, not 3. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. So, Philly fans, stop all that complaining. Stop all of that crying. Stop all of that lying. Stop all of that panicking. And believe me, all the years you've had a football team, Philadelphia, you only won 1 championship. And yes, Dallas ain't won none in years, but Dallas got more than 1. So stop acting like you always been to the dance. Jalen's been there. Played at Alabama, pulled him out. And guess what? The coach that pulled him out, where is he at now? What happened to Saban? What happened to him? This great coach. When the NILs came in, he could not compete, so he threw in the towel. That's just the truth of it. He threw in the towel. If you go back and look at the game, he pulled him out. It was the second half, the first half. Why would he pull him out? And believe me, go watch the game very completely. Did Tua win that by leaps and bounds? Come on now, he's about the last play of the game and threw the pass. The man caught it. Come on now. Other than that, they would have lost the game. What did Jalen do? He stuck around. Next year, what happened? Tua went down. They needed him. What he did? Got in that game, came back and won. He is the success story. He's got good players on because good players want to play with good players, and they are. But the coach, when you got him on the team, it was his first year with a bunch of other guys who were their first year. And all of the coaches that he had in all these years, listen to what the people are saying. Oh, he's got this coach, he's got that coach, he's got this coach, and we don't know how that's gonna work in his favor. Let me tell you something. What you think is bad is gonna work out for his good. He's had so many coaches, but yet he's still at the top of his game, and eyes are still on it. And what you're going to see, what looks like a curse is going to be a blessing. Because just as those coaches, many of those coaches are still in the league today, around with other teams. He's going to get concepts and ideas from all of those guys, plus the concept that he gets from himself, because he's sitting in the driver's seat and he's seeing things and he's learning more and more. And he's going to be able to identify not only what he's seeing and not only whoever his coach may be, but he's also going to know how some of those other coaches out there. And when he gets through, you're not going to be able to deal with him because mentally he's going to be ahead of you. Physically, he's going to be ahead of you. My God. And financially, you just can't have, he don't even worry about the money. The money comes. It's going to happen. When you look up, what do you see, Jalen? Talking about the Olympics coming up, right? Right? In Los Angeles. What'd you see Jalen doing? Huh? What they have him throwing? Boom. Getting ready for the Olympics. Jalen Hurts. Come on. Look on the magazines. Where'd you see Jalen Hurts? Commercials, Jalen Hurts. What are you looking at? My God, if you look at the man, he looks like a model. Talk to me now. Everybody looked at Tom Brady years ago and said, Tom Brady looks like a model. Don't you tell me Jalen Hurts don't look like a model. A specimen. Come on now. My God, he's the men's fright and the ladies' delight. Yes, he is. But we're not talking about that. We gonna push the looks aside. We're gonna put the physique and the the stamina and the strength. We ain't gonna even look at that. But he's got a purpose, amen, and it's gonna happen. And you watch it and see. He's on the map for a reason. There's a time and there's a season. So, Philly fans, let me tell you something. Y'all need to calm down, back it up, and start shutting it up. Stop all that complaining. Stop all that complaining. You're whining and you're winning because you're not used to winning. Like you say, you want to get out there and go crazy when you win a little bit and all of a sudden lose a little bit. Now you're losing your mind because it reminds you where you've been for so long. Be the winner you are. Act like you've been there before. Shut down all that foolishness and let him drive this car. And while he's at it, Jesus, take the wheel. I'm out of here. And don't have me to come back.